Hello, Always Dizzy here. I'm going to start with Puzzle Streak of 40, as I always do before I play any games. I'm going to time it so that I'm starting right around the 1 minute mark so I can time how long it took me. I am not feeling the greatest, and I'm also sleep deprived, so bear with me here. Okay, we're about a minute in. Let's get started here. Can't, actually there is a way out. And then we have a fork. This one's underrated. Okay. Just wondering why we wouldn't take the queen. Trying to get the queen. I know I can get the rook. But that's probably good enough. We have 2 minors and a rook. Don't like that puzzle though. We're properly defended. Free queen. Free king. Free king. Free king. Free queen because of the deflection. So check, check. Yeah. Although that final position is still not so simple. This is a mate in 2. I think I take and then a Zwischenzug, and then I have 2 bishops against a rook. Yeah. Okay, well, he does it this way. This is, I don't like the way the computer replied. We have a free queen. Okay. Check and then take his queen. Check. There should be a mate here. This wins the queen. I mean, his knight is just too good on c5 or on f5, so I think we're taking with the king here. That was also not a good puzzle. So we have a check. Now how about yeah. I mean, it's got to be a check, right? And then I can come back here, and then is there a difference with my queen being on e5 now? Well, he can always go here. Check. He's got a, okay. Reverse engineered it. Check, check. Win the bishop. Take here. No, take here. No. Yeah, take here. I was right the first time. Wins the knight. Wrong piece. Oh boy. Probably king e5. Am I live? Should be live. Nobody's here. King e5 and zugzwang. Can I let him get in there? Okay. We have position zug here. Can I take the knight? Yes, I can. Okay, then I have queen g4, picking up the rook. Check. Mate. Check. Check. Okay. We are black. Check. It's still going? I like the idea of a pin. I would do that in a bullet game. I like this idea because I'm threatening this. So his only way out is to go here, king d2. No, I'm overthinking it. Or am I? Okay, tricky. Okay. Actually, well, I could also maybe bring in my king. Wow, this is deceptive. Deceptively difficult. Another thing to mention is if I did go for this pin, he might be able to just play bishop b3 because I'm not going to c4. So I don't think that's it. Yeah, this is the other natural idea. But then I don't know what I'm doing after that. I mean, I have a check. But it's really not clear. I mean, this was my other move, king c4. But if you can just give me a check. Wow, why is this so difficult for me? How is this rated 1700? Yeah, I'm like boom. Sorry, boom, bang, boom, bang. And I don't see the follow-up. I can go back check. That just repeats the position. I have a check here. Doesn't do much. Wow, I can't figure it out. I just can't. Wow, I just don't understand how this is rated 1700 though. So I mean, I just don't see the follow up. I just don't see it. I mean, we have a check. Even that, I don't even know what we're. Yeah, I mean, he would have to come here. So that, I mean, that's forced, right? And then maybe I'm pushing the pawn. I'm just going to go with that. It ends. See, it ends too soon. Stupidly underrated puzzle. So, yeah. So it's this. Okay, and it actually does. Okay, every move is winning here. That's why. Because I was thinking b3, which is winning. But there's also the repeating. I don't see what we're serving here. What purpose this is serving. Oh yeah, by the way, he could have come here. I don't like this puzzle one bit. So this is what I was going with, this line, which is winning. You know, he can retreat the bishop and yeah, I don't know. That's underrated. Yeah, downvote. Downvote. So we have a check. And I mean, I like my position after, except our rook won't be hanging. I actually like that. And so I'm going to do it. Yeah, this might just be a bad puzzle. Yeah, it's just a bad puzzle. Not good puzzles today. This is a mate in 2. We have a check. And then I can take the rook. Take the rook first. No. Oh, we can do this at the end. So check. Yeah, so then we take and then... Wait, no, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, his queen's overloaded on the bishop. Okay. Fork. We are down a rook though. But I don't see how there'd be anything better. I think we cash in. Don't like that puzzle either. I'm very picky. We can win a rook here. And then everything is protected. And we're up a pawn. So I'm just wondering if that's good enough. You know, if he moves up the board, for example. And takes. I mean, I've got this. This should be good enough. Oh yeah, plus I'm actually winning that twice. So. What the hell did I do? Oh my god. Okay. Damn. Got to start over. That was, I didn't like that batch though. I didn't like those puzzles. Not a fan. Gotta do it again. I don't know what's going on here. Um, Black. So we have this check, and then where's the finish here? Nope. Oh yeah, it's a fork. Check and then take? Or... No, we take the rook. Boom. And then here. It should be good, but we are down a lot of material. We're down 2 pieces already. So this needs to be mate. Or close to it. I don't see what else it would be. So I do have this. That would put me up the exchange. Could also give a check. But that's not an... Oh, you can't actually do that. Oh, wait. So maybe it's more... No, yeah. Ah, that's tricky. Yeah, so... This check, though, he's just moving. Right? So I think we are going to go and pick up the rook. Okay. So we have a check. And then it's not a mate. I need a mate. Check. I can win the rook, but I don't want the rook. I want mate. So we change the move order. This rook looks suspiciously placed. So I might have this. It protects my rook, and then I can take his knight. What would, or yeah, I guess we're just taking. Okay, check and then win the bishop. Actually, no, it doesn't. Oh, we win the rook though. What am I even doing? Okay, so he does have here take, but then I can afford to give up my rook if I have to. But I don't even have to. Okay, we have. Might as well look at the check. If he takes, it's mate. And I don't have to look beyond that. Okay, we are black. Huh? This, I think it might be too slow. I kind of want to bring in my king. Could I even escort? No, maybe I can do this. So, rook e8, push take. Yeah, I think I should be able to stop this. And we are black. Check. Doesn't do anything. We have an invisible fork. I don't know if that's enough. I think it's enough. Invisible fork. So I can, I mean, I should probably cash in and then I win the other pawn, maybe. I don't like that one. That's still a lot of work. Okay. Sack. And then mate. Well, it won't quite be mate. So check. It's got to be rook g1 though. Rook g1, knight g4, rook g4, rook g6. It's not so clear, but that has to be it. Has to be it, unless we're starting with this check. It's the only difference, but I don't think we are. I think we're going to go rook g1. So rook g7, king g7, rook g1, knight g4. Yeah, I think I would go rook g4, rook g6. I also have knight h5 though, right? Take, check, boom, boom, rook g6. I might have knight h5. Okay, so rook g2, king g2, rook g1, knight g4, rook g4. Yeah, rook g6. This doesn't really make sense. So it's probably taking, and then he recaptures, and then check, and then there's a win there. Okay, that's underrated. Come on. Oh yes, it ends too soon. Come on. Okay, we win a queen here. Should be enough. Come on. Let's look at the forcing move. If he goes to the back rank, then we're winning the bishop. Still not. Yeah, then we win the rook as well. So that's actually just forced. And I think we're just, oh no, we can't do that. So probably, oh, we can't do that. Oops. Well, we just go rook takes. Okay. And this is a cool one. So probably a check. This will be mate. And this will be eventually a mate. Fork. Should be good. Okay. Check. Check. Here, there's forks everywhere. And check. Still, oh, is that a free rook though? Yeah, it will be. Free and clear. Boom, boom, boom. Oh boy. This lets me block with my rook. So let's just say check, because you know he has no more checks. Then let's say he pushes. Oh wait, his queen's under attack. Yeah, so sorry. So if he gives me a check, I come back. Yeah, he pushes, and then I take the queen. So if I go king g7, queen e7, rook f7, he's got to move the queen somewhere. And actually, I'm not threatening mate on f1 like I originally thought I was. So what if he just pushes? I have rook f7. And then he's not stopping it, right? So then, yeah, so then we need to survive for one more move. So had we done it this way, I wonder if there is a difference. Like, can he give a check here now? I'm still hiding though. So they both seem to work. But I know they can't. It's possible that he triangulates onto this square and then he's covering f2. But he could do that either way. No, not necessarily. Yes, necessarily. So, yeah, so king h7 push. Boom. There's this check. I don't think the actual check matters. Maybe it does. Check. I mean, he's never getting another one. So they both seem to work. Is there a reason why king g7 does not work? Maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe I should be letting him check me right away. Right? Yeah, because then he can take here. But then he's losing the queen. So, okay, so queen c7, king h7. Sorry, king h7, queen c7, king h6. No, that's not what I want. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. So king h6. Yeah, but then he can control the square. But it's no different if my king was on g7. It's no different. It's no different. What is the difference? Because then he's coming to b6. Oh, his bishop's hanging? I don't even know if I can take that, though. Take, push. Check. This is very difficult. I don't know how to rate at 1800. Very difficult. Boom. Boom. Wait, why do I care about that? I can go here anyways. Why what am I doing? So I go to one of these cat moves and then yeah, because this all that does is help me improve. It doesn't matter if he gets this diagonal. I don't know why I thought that stopped me from doing what I want. It didn't stop me at all. So it's probably better for him to push. So I move somewhere, yeah. So again, we're going to go for this line. And it's kind of interesting. He can sack the queen and then get the other queen, but the thing to me is they both seem to work. Both moves seem to work to me. That's why I'm very confused. Because the best he can do here is give me a check somewhere. He might sack the queen. I don't know. And then I'm hiding. But then I don't see what he does. And I could do that regardless of if I go to h7 or h or g7. Right? It doesn't seem to matter. So I'm missing some information here. Maybe he goes here, but I don't see how that would affect things. So let's just say I go here. He might have king g1, because then he has this as a defense. Maybe. Oh, I might have rook f, or I might have queen. Okay. So if he does do that, and I continue, because I was thinking bishop f1, he actually had the defense there. Does he not? A crazy defense. So king h7, king g1. I don't think this check does anything. So that's kind of bizarre. I mean, I can give him a check here. Check here. Yeah, so if I give him a check, but I don't see how I'm benefiting. Very interesting. There's king g1 resource. I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with that. Yes. I guess I win the bishop. Sorry, yeah, there's queen f2. I guess that would be good enough if I go king h7, king g1, queen f2, bishop f1, check, and then it's still close, but I guess there should be some win. So we're back to kind of square one, because I think I might have solved the king g1 resource. So but again, we're here. We're back to this line again, because I don't think the whole king g1. I don't think. No. Sorry, I didn't solve king g1. I didn't solve king g1 because king g1. I was thinking rook f2 in this, but I didn't solve it. I didn't solve squat. Maybe I can go here. Possibly there's queen e3 there. This is an insane puzzle. So king h7, king g1, rook f2, bishop f1, queen e3. Queen e3, check, king h6. Yeah, push, and then I have the discovery. So that might be the refutation. Is there might be a queen e3 at the end. That brings me back to the original line again. Which I actually think does work, because for some reason I thought he could just go here, but I think the original line does. But then it doesn't matter what square I go to. It doesn't matter what square, and it needs to matter. Bing, bang, boom. Yeah, because one difference is if he then sacks the queen. No, that would happen either way, right? Yeah, that would happen either way. So I'm just really confused. Really confused. Maybe he could actually sack it here. Maybe he could actually sack it here, because he's got another queen coming. So if I go to h7, push, rook f2, check, king h6, he might actually be able to sack. But either way, I've transposed to king h6, so that doesn't change anything, right? Because, well, it kind of does, but not really. Because if I go to g7, we have this again, but I need the rook to go to f2. But there is a difference too, because if he gives me a check, I have this rook f7, and then he can. Oh, sorry, yeah. Then he has to move the queen somewhere, right? So he does that. But then after rook f2, now I think he's down a tempo. Because so now if he sacks it, yeah, so that might be a difference. Because if I go king, if I'm correct in all the lines I looked at, I think this is like a 2600 puzzle or 2500. So if king h7, yeah, so I think why this might not work is a7. I think that was the first move, and then after here there's a check, and then no. He has to give it. He got to start here. He's got to start with the check. Then after I hide, he takes the. Oh, you know what? How did I miss that obvious crap? Oh my god! I missed No. Sorry, he can't do that, right? Yeah, sorry. Okay, so king. I'm going crazy. This puzzle is making me crazy. So king h7, check, take. He can't take here because of the discovery. But he pushes. And if I go rook f2, I think he can take. Oh, he still can't take, eh? So am I missing something where his queen can like come and defend somehow? Like some type of triangulation back? Like boom, 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 boom. Is there something like that? I don't see how. Or maybe I don't see how. Wow, what an insane puzzle. Insanely difficult. One of the hardest I've done in a very long time. Can he get away with losing the queen for a couple moves? You know, let's say I do this and then take the queen and then push. No, I'm stopping that still. Okay, so it doesn't work. Once I go rook f2, it's too late, right? So but it's interesting because there is a way for him to get his queen to h8 actually, and that is by the sacking, right? So, because king h6 is, I believe, forced. I don't think he's like if I go here, yeah. So that's forced. No, I think he pushes first. And then if I go rook f2, there is king h6, and then after check, sorry, let me slow down. So if king h7, a6, and I go rook f2, if he then sacks, because he can choose where to sack either square. Not sure if it matters, but let's say he sacks here. I may or may not have to, no, I would have to take. And then he promotes here, and then he can come back and defend? Not quite. But so he's got the new queen. I move somewhere, but his queen is now on a different square, but it's too late, as I said before. Once I have rook f2 in, it's too late unless I think it's too late for him. He has this check, which is true. That does get him back. It does get him back to the rook. Unless he actually doesn't need to be on this square. What he needs is or he needs to control F1 actually, because the bishop can still go to F1. But I don't see how that's happening. Unless he can somehow get the queen here, because then he's got this again. So is that possible for him to do that? No. It's never possible. I don't think. It's too many moves for him to get there. What an incredible. How long have we been on this puzzle? Maybe half an hour? It's quite interesting though. So one of the most interesting lines was I moved my king up and then he goes A7, rook F2, and then when he sacks the queen, that was kind of interesting, but I don't see how that's still don't see how that's going to work for him. Right? I mean, the best I can see. There is another move. There's queen G5, which is unbelievable. Queen G5. I'm finding all these insane moves. So it's amazing what you can find. Okay, so King H7, A7, Rook F2, Queen G5. So if I take, he gets this. I mean, I don't think it's going to work for him, except it almost does, but not quite. Very interesting. Yeah, so I don't know. It always seems to work for black. Every move that I can find always seems to work. I'm trying to make it work for white, and then I can refute one of the two moves. But yeah, Queen G5 almost works. So interesting. Maybe I should look at this again some more, because I'm always making King H7 work. Yeah, so what if I go for this line again? And maybe there's a difference with the king on G7. I don't think there is though, because this is going to transpose. If we sack the queen, let me just start over. Boom, boom, boom. Right, we have to sack the queen. We can choose where to sack it again. So if we sack it here, takes, assuming, he doesn't have to, but assuming, and then check. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't help him. If I sack it here, check, that I just don't see how that helps. He's on the A file, but I just don't see how that, I mean, that's not going to work. He has to go to A1. The only way. Is anyone watching? I've been on this one for eternity, this puzzle. What a crazy, it's very, I like it though. I like the puzzle, but how is this rated 1800? I've been on this for like 40 minutes. Boom. I don't know. It always seems to work for black. Always seems to work. I need to make it work for white. It's funny that Queen G5 almost works. Oh, you guys are here. Programmer Archive says I'm overthink. Me overthink? Okay. Oh, okay. I'm just going to minimize chat. I saw a notation. I didn't see what it was. So I have chat minimized now. Um, I have chat minimized because I spent so much time on this. I don't want to accidentally have somebody spoil it. But this is, I found a million different like ideas here, but I just can't make it work out. I can't. It just black always seems to be winning. I need to make white win in one of these two lines, because then I can throw away one of them. That's how we do it. But it always just seems to be working. And I don't know if we give a check first or if we push the pawn, right? Pushing the pawn. The best I can ever see from that continuation is we sack the queen, right? We sack the queen, we get the second queen, but the only way that would ever help is if the queen can come back and defend, but it can't. So then the alternative is to start with a check somewhere. We have three ways to do it. Sorry, if I make a move, three different ways to give a check, right? And then I'm just going king h6 in all of those cases. At which point it wouldn't have mattered which square I've gone to. That's the logic. That's the logic problem I'm having. Because once we get here, it doesn't matter, right? So there should be something in between here and here, right? So there should be something on the second move that I'm missing. But what is it? What could it be? It's got to be a check. It has to be a check. You know, either way, I mean, it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Okay. I mean, it shouldn't matter. What am I missing? It shouldn't matter where I go. But it does matter. But why? Why does it matter? I'm going insane. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Why? It should never matter. It should never matter. I mean, the only difference is that we've got rook f7, right? But then I need to find a reason why this is not good, and it always seems good. I mean, this is the very first idea I had. The very first idea, right? The very first idea, and then taking. But that doesn't seem to work to me because there's always this check, right? That's the problem. And then after takes and pushes, we should be good, right? We have a couple of moves. And technically, he can defend the pawn. Is the point that these pawns are too damn strong for my queen to stop? Could that be possible? Is that the point? That if I go here, this allows this check. And then are we actually entertaining this possibility? Really? Are we really entertaining this possibility? Where he pushes. I don't buy it. But maybe those pawns are too strong. Like we come in here, boom. But we're already taking one. That's already one gone. I don't know if I can buy that. I think the queen is too strong. I can't buy that. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Boom. I mean, the other option is if he then pushes. That gives him. I mean, he's still slow here. Damn, I really want to figure this out. I've invested like 35 minutes or something into it. That's the only difference between these two moves, though, is that, I mean, it was King G7, we have Rook F7. Otherwise, I'm getting here, right? Right. God. And that, just not even thinking about the chess, but just going purely off of logic, that would mean that King G7 is the right move. I think. Yeah, otherwise, either way, I'm going to King H6. So there should be something wrong about King H6. You don't even have to know chess. You don't even have to know really the rules of chess if my logic is right, which it probably isn't. Yeah, boom, boom. Just don't see it. I mean, I always think it's too late. Once the rook gets to F2, it's really too late. This is like the final. Actually, that doesn't even work. You have to do that before. No, you can do it after. Yeah, so you can do it here, right? It's just an X-ray defense. That was my idea. The other line I looked at was, I looked at this King G1 line, which is also extremely interesting. So, but I don't see how the thing is, it had nothing to do with Black's first move. Right, because we move somewhere and then King G1, and I already forgot. I think I was going to go here. No, what was I going to do? Okay, I forget this. I looked at this before, like 20 minutes ago. So I moved somewhere and then King G1. Yeah, well, I think just Rook F7. Otherwise, I'm not making progress, right? Like, what's my threat? So Rook F7, but then there's Bishop F1. Yeah. Wait. No, but I found a way around it. Otherwise, I'm trying to remember. What the hell was it? What the hell was it? Rook F7, Bishop F1. Oh, yeah, it was Queen E3. But maybe I need to pursue that a little bit more, I think. Queen E3. Because what if he just moves the king again? He can't move it, right. So he can't move the king again. But maybe he might actually have Queen D3 there. Except, no exception. There's this check here. No. Oh, he might have Queen D3. But I don't see how that affects these moves. So I move the king somewhere. King G1. Rook F2, Bishop F1. Queen E3, Queen D3. Oh, but it's a double check. No, the double check doesn't matter. Does it? Oh, no, there's Rook F1. There's Rook F1. Yeah, Rook F1 wins the queen. So that I think Black is good after Queen E3 there. And that shouldn't make a difference where the king is here. Right? So I don't think King G1 works for that reason. So that's why but then that brings me back. Oh, I'm going to get this wrong after all this time. I don't see the difference. I just don't. I mean, they're really going insane. Check. We go to h6. Unless I need to find a reason. I need to make h6 not work, king h6 not work somehow. We know that this seems to work for me. Unless we're saying that these pawns are just too strong, which I don't buy. Maybe they are. I don't buy it though, really. That might have to be the answer I go with though. King h7, he gives us a check, one of these squares, and then he takes the pawn. Maybe I have to go with that, and then after the check, take and take. Maybe those pawns are just actually too strong. Boom. Boom. Maybe they're too strong. It's hard to believe, though. It's really hard to believe because I can always blockade, man. I don't buy it. But that's the only difference between these two moves, because we have this rook f7 move, and then he loses the tempo. Because we get here. So I'm leaning towards king g7. That's the only thing I can think of. Okay, that's what I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play king g7. I don't fully understand it, but I just gotta go with the logic. Oh God. Okay, so I still have chat minimized. And then I think rook f7 here. I could win the bishop. I like winning the bishop, but let's look at this. So bishop f3, and then it's mate. Oh no, here we go again. Here we go again, eh? So rook f2 looks good. I do like this as well, though. They both look good once again. So it's a question about perpets now. God. We've only just begun. Okay, so what am I doing? This looks good, though, I gotta say, but it costs time. Could he get the queen in here? Somehow, boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Boom, check. Not seeing it. Actually, he can just go straight back. Right? Can he go straight back? No. What am I talking about? Yeah, so that seems to work. I mean, he can give me a check somewhere. But then there's nothing else. But this also looks good. Queen e1, king h2. Maybe it's too slow. Takes. Pushes. Might be a little too slow, maybe? Oh my God. I'm probably going to get wrong in the second one after I spent so long in the first one. The first move. this might be a little too slow. Check. Take. Push. Brings in the rook, and then he has queen g5. And he, we have rook a2 there. But then there's check. I mean, then here feels like it's too slow. I think I should probably continue with rook f2 here. It's a mate in one threat. And so he has to give us a check somewhere, but then we're hiding. And I just don't see. Yeah, so I'm going to go rook f2. Final answer. Oh, okay, it hurts, but I don't even care because it was so hard. Okay, I've got chat open now. That was brutal. Oh my God. Oh, just reading chat. Well, that was hard. Okay, so first of all, the first move. How is that rated 1800? I mean, spent like 45 minutes on that, literally. Longer, maybe. Maybe it might have been 50 minutes. So the first move I got right. So, but I want to see why. There's actually two reasons why. First of all, bishop e2, which I never considered. Shame on me for never considering bishop e2 or bishop e2. I don't know how. I just never considered it. Which is funny because I considered it on the second move, but I just never considered this as a resource. But is it so simple? I don't know if it's so simple. This is not a simple puzzle. At all. Yeah. Oh man, this is what a brutal puzzle. So, but I should have at least considered that though. Like even if whether it works or not, it doesn't matter. It does matter, but what's important is I should have considered bishop e2 as a possible defense. But it's easy to rule it out when black can just pick it up right away. So that was one way for white to refute king h7. The second way is this check. And then, then this didn't make sense to me. Oh, and then bishop e2. So it was all about bishop e2. So really, I just missed, yeah, I mean, so I needed to, yeah, that's a hard move to consider, I gotta say. Holy moly. Bishop e2, just to buy a move, to try to scramble the defense. And it works even when the king is still on the 7th rank, I think. Here, bishop e2, check. Because it'll transpose, otherwise it's going to. Actually, what about here? No, this is tough, but it buys time because now black has to spend another move to threaten check again, and meanwhile white can improve. So tough puzzle. What really sucks is after all my effort, I didn't get rewarded, and I got to start all over again from 1. Oh, I don't want to. I will do anything to try to improve, though. And an hour and 10 minutes in, we are witnessing it. My brain might be mush now, though. I mean, I burned all my brain power on that last one. Is this winning? No, I don't know if that's winning. Well, we have to, because he can always take the pawn no matter what. Yeah, this is not easy to defend, so I think he should have taken. I guess he can still take next move. Yeah, this is not. That's not a trivial win. Oh, I got another rook. Fork. Lifeline. Take. Ooh, tricky. Tricky. So take, boom, boom. I'm going to be on the inside. Inside is good, I think. But sometimes, no, we want to be on the inside. Can we trap him? I think so. Never mind. I didn't say that. Okay, so maybe a check to start. I don't... Yeah, then I can trap him. Okay. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Zug Zhuang. Zug Zhuang. Take. 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 I feel like this should be very simple. Yeah, can't we just take here? Yeah, we take that way, not this way. We are black. So check and then mate. Mate in 2. Check. And check, and then check. I'm giving away a lot of material there, though. So bing, bang. I mean, I like this. Could be a bishop g5. Actually, it's just mate. I don't need the queen. And check. Should be a fork lurking around here somewhere. I mean, there's one here. No, there's not. There's got to be a fork. Come on. Give me a break. Yeah, I can just, there's a fork here. I can just do this. Okay. And take. This is interesting because I'm threatening queen e3. I don't think we have time for that. We might. How about this one? We get him to the back rank. It's forced. And then check. There we go. And this is called a kill box, which is one of my new favorite things in chess. So we can take the knight. Actually, we can, this is forcing. And we are white. So I think I'm just pushing. He can't go behind because I trade. So if he pushes, I'm just taking the pawn. I think. Am I though? Actually, why am I not considering rook d2? And take. Are any of you still here? I know that previous puzzle that I got wrong was not pretty. Okay, so here and then take, and then it's queen's overloaded. I can take on e5 at the end. We have a discovery. So we have a double check here. We go here. This is a mate in 2. This is arguably my favorite motif is a double check. I think this is mate, right? I mean, that's mate. Yeah. And we have a check, mate in 2. We are in check. Oh God, not one of these again. Probably to d3 because there's no more good checks. I mean, what do you want from me, right? So, actually, as soon as I say that, I saw this, but we might have to take with the bishop because that forbids any good checks. Everything else just feels too dangerous. I don't even think I have to calculate it. His king is in a dangerous spot, so I'm just taking. Yeah, I'm just taking there, and then maybe we start with a check. If he goes to the back rank, I think I have. Well, actually. Maybe I go back to d3 because I've got all the checks covered again. Interesting. Yeah, because I'm threatening mate. Well, maybe this is... No, maybe that's too much to give him. That might be too much to give him. Okay, so again, we'll look at the only check we have. The only reasonable check we have. He can't go here because of mate. He can't go here probably because of check, boom, check. I don't know. Oh, God. Am I going to get one of these wrong again? And this is on 35. This is like the other one. And now it's extra hard because my mind is mush. Yeah, I think I can rule out bishop d4. This just seems... It's opposite colored bishops. I don't want that. So I think I'm going to go check here. I'm not going to calculate this out fully because nothing else makes sense. And this is risk-free. It's a risk-free move. Yeah, I'm not even going to look at that one because it's a risk-free move. There's no reason to even look at anything else because we can always just move the queen back if we had to. Okay, so here I can take with the knight because there's a deflection, right? Takes, check. So I think that's good enough. Although, I'm up a pawn. I'm up a pawn, but its king's not safe. To me, this is good enough. Yeah, and then we have the deflection here. Rook f7, I think. Rook f7. I'm threatening g7. I don't see how he defends that. Best he can do is take. Then but then I don't see what he's doing. Okay. Take, and then I can take on f2. Right? Check. He's okay though. I could start with this. Don't see how that really helps. Except no, then I've got queen d6, right? That wins a queen. So that is going to be the solution. So there's a free rook. But I'm down a piece, and then he can take my bishop, but then I can take here. Is that what we're doing? My rook is hanging though. But so is his knight. But I'm down a piece already. And then my bishop's hanging. So maybe I take the bishop first, but he can maybe just go here. I'm sick of these puzzles. I got to tell you. I mean, an hour and a half of puzzles. Yeah, maybe it's ED. Queen takes, I take. Takes here, I take. And it's equal material though. No, is it? No, I'm up the exchange. Oh God, this is 39. This is the last one. I didn't realize I did this one pretty quickly. Okay. I should be careful then. So I take on e5. If he takes with the rook, I'm taking here. that point, I'm up the exchange. No, I'm up a rook. But then he's going to get back a piece, and I'll be up the exchange, but I'm taking another piece. So that's looking pretty good. The same thing if he takes with the queen. It's essentially the same thing. I take the rook, right? He takes the bishop, I take the knight. So I am going to go with this. Oh, one other line to look at is if queen takes, I take the rook, but this should be correct. And yeah, so I think I'm just taking the rook on a1. And I'm up the exchange. He gets a pawn. No, he doesn't have time for the pawn. It's got to be taking. You could argue it might be rook a c8, which is actually interesting, I have to say. But then there's queen here. So I'm done. Oh, okay, I just get one wrong on purpose now. Okay, that took an hour and 25 minutes because of that one puzzle that took me like 40 minutes on, and I still got it wrong. Wow, that puzzle was so hard for me. I really put good effort into it. But I made the 40. If it takes 7 hours, it takes 7 hours. But I got there. Okay, time for a game. Is there time for a game? I don't know. That was brutal. Yikes. Okay, 2035. Bornik. He doesn't seem to be around. How do people start a game and then they're not around? I don't understand. Okay, here he is. Dutch. This is slow move number 3. Do I want to take on c3 while I can? That's the $1 million question. Or I could maybe go 94. No, 94, he may have this, which I'm unsure about. I could come back. I'll take. And then here, I don't know, do they have d5? I think he does, but I'm okay with after d6. Yeah, okay. So do we want b6? Because there's c5, which is not fun. I think both d6 and b. I'm going to go d6 here. I think both are fine. Yeah, that's always annoying. Yeah. I think knight c6. So if d5, knight a5, and if takes, bishop takes. C5, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure. C5 could be a problem. Maybe I can't do that. So c5, I might have to still go knight a5. He attacks at b6, takes. It's a little flimsy, but yeah, I think I might go knight a5 there. Okay, he doesn't play that. So I could play king h8 just to get out of trouble. And I might actually just do that. And then I might be threatening e5 now. So, oh, well, now he's, okay, so I might have to go queen e8. So let's go queen e8. So, okay, wow, this guy knows what he's doing. Okay, so e5. Can I go e5 now? Takes. I think so. Push, I have knight a5 always. So I think we can play e5 now. I like how I played this. I think I played it well. He's also played it pretty well, so I'm happy with the game. I prefer black. So we have knight 94, which just looking at e4 because e4 is interesting too. But then I give him the d4 square. Okay, so I think I am going to bring. Oh wait, we got to be careful. There's knight g. Okay, that stops knight g. Okay, but I gotta be a little bit careful. Oh, go. So I thought this was open. It's not open. Never mind. Okay, so he might try to double up or something. He's hitting. Uh-oh. I do have a fork, though. I'll take the fork. This was sloppy. He played that very quickly, too. So I win a pawn in the exchange. But the board is still... Yeah, I do think... Well, he just screwed up again. So he's making a lot of mistakes all of a sudden. And do I want this one? Well, yes, I'll take it. Okay. We have a check. And then I could bring in this rook. I'm unsure about it, but let's play it. I'm going to have to move the bishop out first. I feel a little uneasy here. Oh shit, I just dropped a pawn. I don't know about this queen move, you know. Okay, maybe b6. Okay, b6. I like b6. Okay, now bishop b7. Okay, he wins a pawn, but he's welcome to it. He's welcome to the pawn. I have enough material. Oh, he also gets the rook in here, though. Ah, that's not good. I may have to bring the queen back. Yeah, because otherwise he's coming in. I might have to bring the queen back. I could do it this way. I could do it this way. Okay, bringing the queen back. Oh, God, that hurts to have to do. Okay, bishop b7 now. So he can win a pawn, but all he's doing here is trading. I might actually have a6, believe it or not. That might win a piece. Queen b2. He's got queen b2. Okay, so I'll probably just take on e5 then, because I get to trade everything. Okay, so we're up a bishop. And I could activate the king. No, I might want to control the D file, but then he's putting pressure here. This is still very awkward. Boom, boom, boom. It's awkward, but that's what I'm going to do. So rook c1. Oh. Yeah, I don't like that, eh? So rook c8. And then just saying that I'm going to trade one of those. Oh, problems. Maybe I give him the one pawn. I could also do this. No, I'm going to give him the one pawn like this, and I think I'm going to go rook f7. Then he'll double up, and it's not fun. But he might get my second pawn, and then I might be in trouble. So he doubles up. Actually, could I give a check? I could. I've got rook d1. So rook c1, I have rook d1, and then I can take. That's funny. He goes back. I think I'm going to. I don't know. I can't decide. Let's do it this way. I don't know. Rook c8 was interesting too, but I'm threatening rook d1 here, so he might do this. I always have bishop e4, f3. He goes f3 right away. Okay, you know what? This needs improving. This bishop needs improving. I like this move. We have to improve it. It was too awkward on b7. Okay. So now we move it somewhere. I mean, he gets this, so it's okay. Just make a move. Make a move. And if he comes into c6, we bring in our king. He's defending very well, though. Oh, he moved? Okay, yeah, so we let's bring in the king. I don't know. That weakens his light squares, and I get this square now. So we found a home. Yeah, that was too weakening of its light squares. So we go to this little home, threatening mate here. Also mate here. Yeah, this is giving me a lot. Let's go this way. So he might have to play g4. He does. So we have a check. And then I can take. Okay, I don't know. I'm running out of time here. Push here. And then if I get king here, I'm just getting close to a mate. So if I have boom, boom. Yeah, that seems dangerous. That seems very dangerous. I don't know which way I want to start it. I'm going to start this way here. Except, okay, we'll do it this way. I don't know. I couldn't decide. They both looked good. And I'm threatening here, right? He's always going to be safe, though. He's going to be safe. Okay, let's go here. I really gotta watch my clock. I'm burning way too much time on these moves because I'm looking for a mate, but I don't quite see it. There might be one, but I'm burning so much time trying to find it. Okay, we're bringing the king. So check. He's always got this. Check. Okay, so check. I mean, he's always fine. I'm really just burning too much time on these moves. Really. Really, I am. Here. Crap. Then I'll go here. He's always, yeah, I just burned way too much time looking for the mate. I don't know what that was. He just forgot I could take it, I guess. He's gonna let his time run. Oh no, he's back. No, he's gonna let his time run. Okay. Poor sportsmanship. Yeah, can you guys see that? Yeah. I don't know why he's freaking out now. He was down a bishop. Okay. Maybe he got disconnected. Okay, so I think that game went pretty well. That Dutch, I enjoyed it because we got a pretty theoretical opening. John, what do you mean? I do 40 every day, not 70. Do you mean increase it from 40? So here, I'm pretty sure b6 is fine too, but I don't know. Decided for d6. And I think this is a key move, knight c6, because knight c6 is often the answer to everything in the Dutch. It supports e5, and that's the main point, but it also helps attack like the double Nimzo pawns. Yeah, so king h8, just some prophylaxis about any trouble on this diagonal. And same thing, getting the queen off of the rook, and it helps support e5. Once I get e5 played, like once it's possible to play it, I play it. And then he just blundered here. But I do prefer black. It's probably, I'm guessing this is like minus 0.5, minus 0.6, maybe even more for black here. But he just blundered some material twice in a row, actually, because he should have went to b2. And yeah, I wasn't sure about this. I think it did end up costing me a tempo because I had to come back and defend. Maybe I didn't have to, but felt like I did. And then surprisingly, this was, maybe this wasn't the best move because this was actually not so easy for me to convert. I mean, my C pawn is just so weak. I think king f7 is what I should have played, or king g8. I mean, I think I should have played king g8. Then I always have rook f7. I think I have time for that. Yeah, I should have played king g8. That solves all my problems. That was what I needed to have played. I mean, here I'm still winning, but it was just... Yeah, this was too weakening of his light squares. Sorry, grab in here. And then I just spent so much time here trying to calculate a mate. And there might have been one, but I didn't see it. And I was thinking about this check and then check, right? And then come in here and then check. It's nearly mate. But he's always hiding. He's always hiding in there. So yeah, then he blundered a rook. But had he not blundered the rook, I don't know what he's doing. right? Probably has to play rook b2. And then I just take, and then I'm taking this pawn. I mean, it's just, we're up a bishop. So let's take a look at that with the engine. Yeah, the engine liked it, but I mean, my opponent blendered a lot, right? So it's not really what I did. It's what my opponent did. So the two inaccuracies. Well, let's just take a look at the whole game quickly. Yeah, both b6 and d6 are fine. Yeah, knight c6 was good. But anything was fine here apparently. King h8 not necessary, but it was fine. Yeah, this was all good. Yeah, I'm really starting to understand the Dutch. Yeah, this was just a blunder here. I mean, yeah. So I was, and then the only other move I think, well, first of all, I was curious about this queen h5. Not the top move, but no problems with it. It's saying e4 here. I didn't like e4 because of knight. I mean, we are up a piece. I guess we can just continue trading. I mean, these moves really don't matter. And then I was curious about, so here I think I should have played king g8. Yeah, king g8 would have been better, but it doesn't, I mean, we're winning no matter what. So king g8 and c5 is good too, apparently. Yeah, I didn't consider c5. I should have. Because what's he going to do about it? I should have considered c5. It wasn't even on my radar. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it there. I was hoping to play more games, but I spent an hour and a half on the puzzle section, unfortunately, today. So that'll be it for me today. Thanks for watching. I may or may not be back tomorrow because it's chess club night. So anyways, I'll see you soon.